I'll give it you all my time. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. And every moment pass, and every heart we bear, like mountains and mountains and mountains of gold, you know. And every moment pass, and every heart we bear, like mountains and mountains and mountains of gold. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. 'Cause you gotta believe in love, all it takes, all your way, yes I will. 'Cause you gotta believe in love, all it takes, all your way. And every moment pass, and every heart we bear, like mountains and mountains and mountains of gold, you know. And every moment pass, and every heart we bear, like mountains and mountains and mountains of gold. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. Don't stop, I'll give it you all my time. 'Cause you gotta believe in love, all it takes, all your way, yes I will. 'Cause you gotta believe in love, all it takes, all your way. Jump right in, feeling bad. Yeah, you jump right in, feeling bad. You jump right in, feeling bad.
Hello, welcome to the stream. Had a big day today, so I'm kind of feeling a bit chill. Also had a tiny nap. Let's not talk about that. When I get home. So, we need to get straight into this. I kind of have recapped a little bit about how this will go over the month of February. That is That is exactly what it. Teflon's like, chill is better than ill. It's so true. So I'm so glad I'm not ill. So we'll just get straight into it. And I just think I'll do a quick shout out to Progress. I don't think we said hello the other night, and that is thank you for the follows. That's very nice. Oh, and thank you, Jewel. Last night you subbed, and that is really lovely. I really appreciate that. I'm so thankful that you're enjoying the content. So what are we on to? Let's have a look. I thought I'd go straight into song 5, and what we've got here is I'll just pull up the notes that I've got. So beats per minute 145. It's in E minor. It's awesome. And these are the lyrics. Lyrically it's a simple setup. It's just kind of runs into this, then it runs in, into this, then it repeats this and that again, and then we just go straight into this overlay kind of moment. The song's kind of just a bit more of a like a reflection of a bunch of things. So there's a lot of words in there, narcissism's in there, a bunch of things, but ultimately it turned more into like just things that I felt like I was dealing with last year. So I won't go into details. Let's just sing. So first thing I'm going to do is I've done a bounce, I'm going to bring it in, then I'm going to do this thing called a one shot. So let's go straight into that. I'm actually going to shut this program down. If you need a refresher, this is what the song's like. Alright. There's one little minor detail that we need to fix up as well. Let's get straight into that. Song 5. And I think what we called this is Lost on Me at the moment, so it's the title of the song. So yeah, it should pop up below me now. Oh yeah. So alright, heading back over here, let's shut this down. This bounce earlier. Well, let's go straight into Reaper. So we'll start a new song with this and we'll save it off. New song. It's 145 bits per minute. Don't forget that. And we'll save the project as already. I'm gonna put it straight in song 5 and Reaper. 05_01. And then we're going to bring these straight in. So song 5, Reaper should already have 2 instruments. And Vox. And Vox. What are you doing? Okay, so I'm just gonna check this. I think the volume's pretty low on this one. As I do that, it flips into the red. Why not? Just do +2. And so I've got just a vocal bounce here, and then I've got the instrument bounce there. So I'm going to add in a new track, but before I do that, I'm going to mute my speakers, or else we'll get that awesome thing called feedback in there. Set a new track. We'll bring this down here, yes please. We'll call this Vox. We'll add Nectar 3 to this. So what am I going to do? I'm doing a one shot. What is a one shot? It means I'm going to roughly go through the song, and I'm going to first of all I'm going to set a loop up and sing a moment in there and get vocal assist to kind of get it sitting in the right area, and then after that I'm going to sing through the song twice, First time it's going to be terrible, the second time it's going to be okay. This is really normal for vocal performances from myself, which I would consider myself, if this is a professional and this is someone who can't sing, I'm kind of just right in the middle. I don't practice enough, and this is kind of my practice. If you if you're doing albums and stuff like that, you'd be rehearsing these songs maybe for about a good solid week. Every night you'd be running through the songs maybe 2 or 3 times, and you'd be doing this thing called vocal memory, and that's the idea that your muscles actually remember the positions they need to go to, which keeps you on key, not sharp and everything. With this song here, I have to take some mental notes, and one of them is I have to relax to hit into it. So it's going to be super interesting. So bear with me as we kind of run through this. You're getting an absolute raw experience as I kind of run through this. I said last night, I feel like I'm in a safe environment, and you have to understand that this is really peculiar. Like, I don't normally do this like this. It's kind of probably the biggest part that's made me feel the most nervous, because I feel very underprepared. But I appreciate that everyone's been so generous with their compliments and everything, even though when I listen back to it, I'm like, wow, you were tense and you were sharp and you were not relaxing into this. So sharp notes mean stress singer. So that's just, your voice can never lie out of these situations. Alright, so I'll take one of these. I'm going to put my headphones on and we're going to do this past sitting down. I will bring up the lyrics so that you can kind of have a look at what's going on with that. What are we listening to? Check. 1, 2. Just gonna pull the mic up a little bit higher. So it's more facing me front on. Oh, okay. Remember, this is just to get levels for now.
Check. I'm ready to go, burn words and I see the light. I'm on fire, but I ain't some possible fight. Alright, let's start that again. Go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my pulse begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my pulse begins the fight. And you whisper, bury your head into my sight. Yeah, I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My soul tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Alright, I feel like that's at a good point. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to move into recording mode up. So I'll be standing up and doing this, and then I'll do the one-shots through this and we'll get started. I will just try and get some more reverb on my voice. Spread the fire, but my heart begins to fight. I'm ready to burn, but my heart begins to fight. I'm on fire. Alright, so let's move this up and let's do those. D fast. Hey Hunz, you've been busy this month. I have, D fast. It's been a busy month. Alright, so I'm just going to move this up. You'll see the top of my head for a bit. I've got a second camera set up so that I can stand in front of it. Let's get this right. Alright, it needs to be higher. Is it bury your head to my thigh? It was always lost on me. Okay, let's run through this. Remember, this is going to be really rough. What we're doing here is making sure the words get familiar. This is kind of my practice. We'll run through it twice. So, safe space. Thank you, guys. I'm ready to go. Read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my pulse begins the fight. I'm ready to go. Read the words and I see the light. But my heart begins to fight. And you whisper, bury your head into my sight. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. And my soul tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. I'm ready to go. Read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my pulse begins the fight. I'm ready to go. Read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my pulse begins the fight. And you whisper, bury your head into my sight. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. And my soul tempo will point you to fight. I said I was listening, it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Told me I should enter, but I'm clasping on your way. Ooh. I'll sing this later. I'm done. Yeah, I'm falling at your grace. Ooh. that last line I'll sing right at the end. It's so high in the registry. I'll be pushing it a little bit differently and rolling it in, but that's the gist of the song. The call is "It's How Love's Supposed to Be." It comes in later, so we'll be doing that as another take, if that makes sense. And I don't need to practice that just yet. The main flow of the song is just that one moment. So let's do that again. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, and my pulse begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, and my pulse begins the fight. And you whisper, bury your head into my sight. Yeah, I still waited for you to move to me. My soul to temper will point you to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, and my pulse begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, and my pulse begins the fight. And you whisper, bury your head into my sight. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My slow tempo will point you to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. I was always lost in me. Oh God, it was lost on me. I was always lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. But I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic come undone. I'm falling in your grace. Oh. Alright, so what I'll do now is I'll be looping it around and rolling with that. I'll focus in on those things. D-Fast is saying, didn't even realize it's been almost 10 years since Thoughts That Move, and it was written as part of the RPM challenge as well. Where did the time go? Still sounding awesome. Haven't been following your music in quite a long time. Thank you, DFast, for that. Yeah, 10 years. It's insane. I'm kind of, it's such a delight to be able to do this again, to be honest. It's such a perfect time to do this. Hope you can understand me through the reverb. Alright, so we're going to loop sections now. And I'm going to start with the main kind of verse area, which is that, and you whisper, bury your head into my sight. So I'll keep that on a loop, and then I'm going to move to the second part because there's different tones that I want to hit in it as well. So let me get those loops set up. I'll run this in writing mode so you can see what I'm doing. I'm using a mouse standing up, by the way. Alright, this should be better to hear me with. Okay. Let's do that. I'm going to duplicate this track. I'm going to unarm it on this side. And then I'm just going to delete this. No, that's all of them. That's not what I wanted. Awesome. And then we're going to find this loop. If I bury your head to my side. Awesome. I think we found the right part. So let's run through this take now. We can do it! And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the flight. Lost on me, and you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. I feel like that kind of captured where that's going. DFast saying, When Victims Fight is probably still my favorite though. Yeah, that was about a year or two of music putting together. That was so much fun doing that album. Alright, save all as this one. So now we've got like a series of takes. I'm gonna find the next part and we'll sing through that. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the flight. Okay, let's record this. And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm just gonna stop there. The lead into this is a bit heavy, so I'll do that. Delete all. And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My slow tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My slow tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My soul tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. You whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My slow tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. So they're all sitting a little bit different, did some variations in the high and the low. I think between that we'll be able to do it. Came in, we're dealing with two voices here. One is a response, something heard, and then something underneath. So I'm pushing more air in the other thing, and I'm leaving the other stuff a little bit more delicate and, you know, mentory or something that sits above it. The rest of it is all just human response. So let's go ahead and do the echoes that happen next. We'll start a new track. Do 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 ha ha ha. That's right. So just duplicating the track. We've got kind of the vocals set up in a nice space. Just gonna delete all this stuff down here. Then we're just gonna focus on doing these little echoes. So I'm just setting these up. Alright, we'll get into these. Oh, 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 almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost 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 lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. I'm gonna do the second part to that. I'll need another channel for that. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God. Nice and loud. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. Is this how love's supposed to be? 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 Just want to listen back. Just want to listen back to the original vocals. Lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Ooh, oh, oh. Lost on me. Is this how love's supposed to be? I'm just gonna sing along with it. Supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed? Is this how love's supposed to be? So the trickiness in that is holding on to the word loves. It's quite
That's quite nice. Didn't know I did that.
Is this how love supposed to be? 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 It's how love supposed to be. Is this how love supposed to be? 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 Oh. Is this how love supposed to be? 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 Oh.
Alright, I think there's 2 good takes in there, which I'll have a listen to later. I'm going to record it again at the end, these 2 parts as well.
God, it was lost on me, God. Listen, but it was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Oh God, it was lost on me. It was almost lost on me.
That's sitting in a good spot for me. I want those to be a little bit more rougher. I certainly got that wish. I'm just going to extend these ones out just a little bit more.
Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Ooh. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Oh. Check. Supposed to be. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Oh. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Oh, 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 eh, eh, oh, oh. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Oh, is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Ooh. Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Oh, is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be? Is this how love's supposed to be?
I'm happy with that. We'll be bumping this through Melodyne in a little bit too. So what I'm going to do next is I think I'm going to do see the fire. Yeah, I'll do that bit. The falsetto bit I'm going to push. Haven't had time to rest, so usually it's more present and more there, but I actually love that it's feeling a bit damaged at the moment, the falsetto. It's kind of tasty. All right. So let's drop back here so you can hear me dry like that. So I'm just gonna create, like, you can kind of see what's happened here. These are the one vocals, these are the respond vocals that kind of overlap. I'm gonna look at shifting them a little bit too, which we'll do at a later stage tonight. And then what I'm gonna do is this part here now. So I'll probably do them. I'll just do them down here. So I'll just keep looping this around and around, and then we're going to use different takes from this to create both choruses. I kind of want it to be the same kind of volume every time it kind of kicks through. Alright, let's do this.
and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight.
Okay.
Light. Fire, but my past begins the fight.
Okay.
I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight. I'm ready to go, read the words and I see the light. Feel the fire, but my past begins the fight.
I'll leave that there. I think there's enough variation and different things through there. I think that's good. That's sitting in a good place. I'm going to repeat and cut those around a little bit and see if they work. But we'll go listen through them one by one to create the takes that we're going to use. So next up is this last bit, which is going to be complicated to pull off. So bear with me as we squeak out these notes and I get this working. It's going to be a volume-based thing where I'm going to push out a lot of air and it's going to grace everyone's earbuds. All right, let's do this.
Is this how love's supposed to be?
Quickly just get levels for that and see if it's blowing out. This won't sit perfectly, so we have to kind of push past that. It's emotional, and thanks to the technology of kind of tuning, we'll kind of get the emotion balance right for what's going on here. Limitation to time limits and a bunch of other things, won't be able to get my vocals quite there. That's life. Alright, so I'm just gonna keep this on repeat. Enter! I'm just going to sit down and we'll run through these takes together. Let's take the time to do that, and we'll go through this thing called emotion, tone, and pitch. And so I always lead with emotion, tone, and then pitch, being the last thing, especially with these kind of time constraints and what we're kind of doing. So we're kind of going to place it around, and I don't know, like I might want to re-sing the chorus a bit more fuller. I don't know yet. So give me a second. I'm just going to bring the mic down. Bringing the mic down. Bringing the mic down. Oh my goodness, Sonny, Kelsey, thank you for subscribing to the YouTube. That is so ace. Super appreciate it. Alright, so now that we're back down here, let's run through this. D-Fast saying, Renoise and Reaper, my favorite combo. That is so my favorite combo too. So good. Yeah, and just be aware that automated message is just there to help people understand what's going on through
the years of Hunz and what we're doing. So I'm just going to put the speakers on. What does that mean? Oh my goodness, that means that things are going to get a little bit lively, and you'll experience this live kind of vibe going on. And that's how that kind of works. Also, this song has a ton of vocoder work in it that we've already programmed in. So all the harmonies will be provided by robots. And lots of programming. But mainly robots. And I'm going to see whether we need to play around with that a little bit. What does that mean? Singing higher, singing lower, getting different tones through those vocoders and see what it does to the instrumentation. Alright. I think the first thing we're going to focus on is, let's focus through the first verse. Here we go in place. So we'll go through these takes one at a time. It's really nice. Don't like that. Okay, so not too bad. I'm just going to listen to the next line. I'll listen to it all together. I won't start cutting this up actually. Undo. I'm just going to get pull this out so I get the head of what's going on.
And you whisper, bury your head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Okay, next.
You whisper, bury your head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me.
It's a bit rushed.
A muscle tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
So I quite like that strength that happens at the end, so definitely grab one of those.
And you whisper, bury your head to my side.
Sharp entrance.
I'm still waiting for you to move to me.
Like that line.
A muscle tempo will point you to the flight.
Nice tone.
They said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
So really nice tone change up on the end of those two. I think I prefer this one. So my preference would be at the moment this guy, and I just can't remember. I think it's this one here.
A muscle tempo will point you to the fight.
Yeah, really nice.
I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
I really like the down and up moment there. I feel like this song, with working with Futurecop, I will say their lush 80s tone has rubbed off on me immensely. Thank you, Futurecop. It's been such a privilege doing that stuff. Like, yeah, and that little tribute there.
Lost on me.
Lost on me.
Lost on me.
It was always lost. Okay, so we'll trim this up on this side, and then the entrance on these are a little bit more. So once we've kind of got these together, what I tend to do next is I'll collect this and I'll do this thing where I render the items as a new take, and that'll just appear down the bottom here as a new take. And then once I've got that in a good position, I'll go through and we'll duplicate this to another track. Just line that up and make sure it's perfect. And then I just glue these together to create one little moment there. What I then do is I press F2 on it, and it brings up this, and this is just a little cheat I use. I just copy, I want that where the audio file's saved, and I go straight into Melodyne. Now with Melodyne, we just need to set it up a little bit before we get started. The first thing we need to do is click on this and type in 145 because that is the beats per minute. Let's just bring up. Boop, 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 boop. I can't believe it. Can you just see the top of my head? That is really embarrassing. It's like no one in chat, no one said anything. They're just like, this dude is just some hair, just like flapping around. So what I'll do is, I wanted to bring up this. Yeah. So if I just scroll up on here, that's cracking me up. It's like the Muppet Show. What's going on? And then we've got E minor here. So what you want to do is just come down to this and set it right away. E minor. So now when we bring this audio in, we'll be in a good spot. Import audio, just copy and paste, boop, and then it comes in like that. So stayed at 145, still at this. So if we need to retime this or mess around with some stuff, we can take care of it already. What we'll do quickly is we'll just do one listen through and I'll tell you what I'm listening for.
And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle temper will point you to the fight. To the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Okay, so I think everything's good in there. What I was listening for is breakups. Like Melodine's not very good at doing this. It'll put a little wiggly line on it like that, but it won't break it up to push it across the line. So we can see that this is going down, sitting around this note. But when we listen to it, I don't think we want to auto-tune or help guide it. So this is sitting pretty good. I'm sitting a little bit tonally under the notes that we want to reach, which means I'm feeling a little more relaxed. So that's nice. Or I can't hear, I don't know. It's one of the two. Sharpness is stress. So what I do here is just a hard and fast rule to start with. I press snap to E minor and then I grab this and put it 100%. This is non-destructive. We're doing this, we'll go through it, keeps a natural tone, keeps everything, but it keeps everything in place. So let's listen.
And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. A muscle temper will point you to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
So that's wrong.
Said I was listening.
That needs to go up.
Was listening.
So you can kind of see what's happening there. This is a really good example of what I was talking about that's not really good at capturing this. So we'll zoom in with their ridiculously awesome zooming system. If you were around yesterday, it was Guy does tutorial on how to learn to use this program better. But seriously, it's one of those programs. So what I just need to do is cut it just here on this fall. And you do that by double clicking. So now that that's in place, this note is down here and this one's in the way. But what we'll do is we'll select these two, we'll press this again and we'll get it to drift it there itself. We'll have a listen, it's wrong, but let's entertain it. But now it's locked to a grid.
I said I was listening, but said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
So that's working much better. So we've got a lot of so what is this? This is my voice modulating over. So this is a very slidey vocal, and it's not usually like this that you're just like, wow, it looks like a 4-year-old just drew these vocals in. That's how I feel a lot of the times doing my vocals. Sorry if you're 4 and you do opera, I apologize because you probably sing better. So what we'll do is we will zoom in a little bit across here with its wacky zooming system. And I'm just going to select a couple of notes where I'm like, oh, I'm just going to affect the modulation a little bit. So we're going to use this tool here, pitch modulator. If you right click on here, you'll see it down here too. And I'll just show you, hold it on the note and you can do this with it. Not that you'd want to do that, but that's exciting, isn't it?
Bury your head into my side.
So there's a couple of things here. What it's doing is it's averaging it out. So if I go back to this mode, oh my goodness, you can see that if this is the middle, I spent a lot of time writing the note and then pulling it down and under, and then the modulation switches through. If I wanted to average that, I feel like the weight of that might sit a little bit higher than where it's currently at. So to do that, just hold down Alt and then you can lock it off the grid. And I wish they had a constant line across here as well so that you could do this. So here we go. So that would be sitting on the note a little bit more. There's more kind of sitting around here than what there was before. Go back to this. And then we're going to zoom out. To zoom out, you just keep pressing F1 until finally the magnifying glass appears. It's very intuitive. Very, very intuitive. There's a tiny amount of sarcasm underneath that.
I'm still waiting.
So I'm going to do the same thing here, even though this modulation is actually causing you to understand the syllabus change up. We'll just pull it in.
Still waiting for you to move to me.
Might split this note up. Yes, I will. I'm going to split it up on this move there and this move there. That should pop up now.
To move to me.
Select these two. Press this guy here and we'll just get the drifting right. Let's do
To move to me.
No.
To move to me. A muscle tempo will point you to the fight. I said I was listening. A muscle tempo will point you to the fight.
It's got an interesting idea happening here. We've got this nice cascading note that fits the mood of what's going on. Just going to cut it there and see what it does. See if we can get a little bit of a bump on the on that descend to be more in tune. Didn't press that before.
Point you to the fight. You to the fight.
Why not?
To the fight.
Nope.
You to the fight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Okay, great. So that is the take, and I'm happy with that. I can hear you say, "What about deep breathing? What about all this stuff?" I'll look into that later. I won't be doing that as an exercise on this site right now. I've got a number of ways of dealing with that, and it may be something that I get off. I send to the mixer instead. So this is verse 1. Call it Vox verse 1, and then we'll export this. Export entire length. Please export, and then we'll call this the exact same file name. So switching back now to Reaper. We're going to do the same thing, but we're going to focus now on the second verse instead. Let's have a listen.
And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me.
Like that scoop.
My soul tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Something about that take already feels really complete for me.
And you whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My soul tempo will point you to the flight. I said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
I actually like that end one.
So temper will point you to the flight. The shadow was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Oh, that's a nice tip.
You whisper Barry, head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My soul temper will point you to the flight. The shadow was listening, but it was almost
So
lost
rushed.
on me.
Okay, so
It was almost lost on me.
really like that ending actually, so we're gonna run with that, and then it might be the rest of this top take, huh? There's one other one that I liked in here. I think it was this one here.
I'm still waiting for you.
No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. It was this one here. The entry on this one. I'm so wrong. Yes, it wasn't.
You whisper Barry, head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me.
Move to me.
My soul temper will burn you to the fire. The shadow was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. It was almost lost on me. Alright, so I'm really happy with where that is. So let's do this again. Select all those. We're going to render item as a new take. And then we're going to move this whole thing. Well, we're going to copy it down here and make sure we don't do what I just did there and ungrid it. Why not? Let's make our life difficult. Lock it there. And then we're going to glue this item. Control Shift G. We'll glue that together. I'm going to press F2 on it. And then I do this because here it is in the directory, and I can just copy and paste that straight into this program here. So let's close Maladine down apparently. Cool. That's not what I wanted to do. So I'm going to open the same file again. And we're just going to remove all of that, and we'll save this off right away to verse 2. And then I'm just going to import it. So we're in E minor. And we're at 145 beats. Got this copy and paste thing. No, we don't. Why? So we'll copy and paste that in now. Come on. And we'll open that up. Okay, so it quickly sorts it out. We'll just have a little quick playthrough.
You whisper Barry, head.
So I'm just going to cut that note there. Double click on the roll down. Just in the middle.
Head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. Move.
I'm just going to cut that on the down.
To move, to move, to move
So happy that happened. Do this. Okay, great.
me. My soul temper will point you to the flight. The shadow was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Great, I got that note, and I'm just going to cut it here. Just to save the effort in that. So select all again, and run through here. Snap to E minor, and then we're just going to roll these up. So now we'll have a listen through, make sure it's not too butchered.
You whisper Barry, head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. Move. Move. You to move to me. Move. Move to me. Move. Move to me.
What do I do there? The peak of the note is here, so I've just centered it. Beforehand it was just shooting above it, and it's not the right mood.
My slow tempo will
Same thing with this note.
tempo will point you to the fly.
And on top of it, we have a passing or a grace note, as someone pointed out the other night, because my terminology is whack. Blah blah blah. Let's have a listen to this.
Tempo will point. Tempo will point.
So what was going on there? The scoop note that I had down there was hitting again underneath, so it was too flat, and the modulation is peaking there. So by moving this, if we average this out, that's kind of where the middle of the note would be. So it's just good to, when you're listening and going through these things, what I'm trying to do here is just suggest and kind of nudge it into a more pleasing tone and sitting around the notes. But you can see I've left all the modulation intact. That makes my tone my tone. I don't want to touch that. I don't want to damage that at all as we're kind of rolling through this. I'll go through and I will adjust some of the modulation here and there, but they will be on certain and specific notes.
To the flight. Said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me.
Great, really happy with that. Just a couple little modulation things here and there, so we'll go and select that from the menu. I'm going to just squeeze this one in a little bit, and this guy here, and this guy here.
I was listening, but it
Oh, and that guy. Oh, you're the wrong one.
Listening, but it was almost lost on me.
We'll leave that.
I used Burberry, I used Burberry.
Awesome. So I'm just going to save that, and then I'm going to export, and we'll do the entire thing. And that is verse 2. Now we're going to use another program to we're going to have a look at another plugin that I've got the pleasure of purchasing for another artist. Thank you, Parker. And DFast just said, "You're making me want to buy Melodyne." I've always just been doing vocal stuff very raw. Yeah, it's a fantastic program. Look, DFast at Isotope at the moment. They've got a vocal bundle, and inclusive of that is Melodyne. They just kind of, previously they were working really hard on getting pitch shifting or just vocal cleanups into their Nectar 2 line, and I was really interested to see how they would go. But what they've done is they've partnered with Melodyne at the moment, and when you get the vocal pack, which is insane, it also has noise removal in it, which is like it's really cool. So you know, the typical chain you should be doing is noise removal, then should be running tuning through it, and then you should run it out through there. So yeah, check it out, and it's a lighter version of it, but it does exactly this stuff. So just have a look. And the bundle, like if you can hold on, the bundle gets cheaper around the whole Easter tone, like considerably cheaper. They usually slash it by 50% over the Easter breaks when I kind of pick up stuff. So yeah, but you can kind of see that it's not like, there's so many different ways to auto tune, and what we're doing here is, I know where I'm at. I'm tired. My vocals, my tone, I still want to honor them and everything. But what I'm doing here is I could spend all night singing and singing and singing and singing, or I can sit here, get the emotion correct, and then work hard on trying to move things around and rest this guy. So I love that technology's got us to that pace. But I was doing this the other night. I'm like, but you sure can T-paint it up if you want to as well. Like, you just sit there and you grab the modulation tool and you flatten it out, and here we go.
I whisper, bury your head into my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me.
But that is not what we're doing here. So you kind of can push it into a direction like that too. Alright, we did export that. Everything's great. Excuse me. What I'm going to do next is we're going to move straight into... I do a big sigh like that. I'm kind of going to work on this squeaky bit that I squeaked out at the end here. Fully emotive. I'm embarrassed already to play this because I know it definitely there were moments where I got it and other moments I didn't. So I'll do this and be like, safe space, thank you everyone. Thank you. And we'll just work with it. I think I really like the last take, and I'm just gonna take a listen to it, and if I turn it down it's because I don't want it that loud, and yeah, we'll deal with it.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic commander. Yeah, I'm falling in your grace. Oh.
Okay, so we'll run through all the takes now. It wasn't as great as I remember.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic commander. I'm falling in your grace. Oh.
Okay, next one.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic commander. Yeah, I'm falling in your grace. Oh.
So that's a really good take. I'm just gonna listen to the next one. Okay, so that one was painfully great. Oh, so this is going to be a little bit of a different vocal setup because I want to take moments from all over the place. So let's have a listen to this. I think this is the best take.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic commander.
I actually don't mind that, but what I'll do is I'm going to slice it here, grab these two, and let's have a listen to this together.
Oh, a classic commander.
Ooh. I think I prefer this shorter note, to be honest.
Yeah, I'm falling in your grace. Oh.
And then that kind of like reserved, should I go there? And I'm deciding not to at the last moment. Classic.
Falling in your grace. Oh. Grace.
I think I like that. Like the song is going to end like that, so we'll do the same thing. We're going to bounce this down to a new take, and then I'm just going to copy this down into this space here, and I'll glue this together. Just looking into properties now. I think you have to refresh it. Yeah, you do. And we'll go here. I'm just going to copy this. Come back to Melodyne. We'll delete this. And we're going to call this the outro. Save as Vox outro. So we'll import it. And we'll just copy and paste it in here. So this, we'll just have a listen through one shot, and then I'm going to start, I'll do the same thing where I'm just looking for where it may not be able to cope. So we're looking at areas like here, dips down, here, where it hasn't split it into. You can kind of already guarantee that we need to. And you can tell, like, it's going to get the next note in there. It's done it with this one. May want to do it here. Well, we'll have a listen first. Sometimes there's breath involved with it.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic come undone. Yeah, I'm falling in your grace. Oh.
So, squeaking that out, but managing to almost keep it all in tune, which is great. Go me! That is so high. And it's, I think this is sitting in a full low registry, so let's, yeah. So, same idea, we're gonna do this, and you can just see it go, yeah, not even close. And let's have a listen through. DFast says, best of luck with the song. Gotta head to the studio. Hope to catch your streams more often. DFast, thank you so much for tuning in. Best of luck also with your studio work today. Hope it goes really well.
You told me I should enter, but I'm clasping at your waist. Oh, a classic come undone. Yeah, I'm falling.
Vesuda, thank you so much for the follow. Oh my goodness, and thank you so much for the host. Oh my goodness. Hello, Veshuda's viewers. Welcome to my stream. I'm currently working in Melodyne right now. I'm just tuning vocals in a very natural way. And I'm not auto tuning it too much, so I hope you enjoy this session. Thank you so much for tuning in.
In your grace. Oh.
So what we're going to just look for here is, I do want a little bit more straightness with the way that this is going. Lots of great modulation in there because I'm squeaking this out. So we've got some great rises through there. This is, so you've got to see that this is a keyboard, this is the natural notes that we want here, and this is all the modulation moving around. So at the center of all of this is where we want to go. So what I'll do is I'll quickly just keep some of this modulation in place. We can access this up here, or we can right click here, get it from this menu. I'm just going to listen to this.
But I'm clasping at your ways. Oh.
I do want this to sound broken. I don't want it. This is a really, it's a really self-reflective moment in the vocal as well, where it's the absolute of trying. I'm trying.
You told me.
So this is shooting over the note most of the time. So what we can do is we can hold down Alt. What we're looking here for is this note is what we're really hearing on the end of that.
You told me I should.
Might just bring that up a little bit more.
You told me I should. Told me I should enter.
I'm just going to straighten that out. See how that goes.
Told me I should enter.
Just gonna roll this up one note.
You told me I should enter. You told me I should enter. But I'm clasping at your
Yeah, I'm falling in your grace.
So just that, this note under there, it literally does sound like that. I'm just going to play with that a bit. It's a passing note, but then it has a little hook into being a note as well, so it's having a good time. Just kind of being in the middle there, so let's just nudge it so that we can get the best out of that.
I'm falling in your grace.
And I'm just going to squeeze this in a little bit.
In your grace. Oh.
I'm going to play with this a little bit more, this last bit. This is the last bit in the song completely. I don't want it to feel in, but I do want it to feel close to the track. Remember, this is a big gut-wrenching moment right at the end of the track of self-realization. So I really don't want it to sound pretty, but I do want it to sound desperate and kind of in that tone. So that's feeling a bit better for me. Still feeling off, but still rolling in. Alright. So that we've got that together, I'm going to save that. And then I'm going to export it, and we'll export the whole length of it, and it should be ready to put the Fox outro. Okay, the next one in the mix is, we've got pretty much a chunk of it done. So the next parts that we really want to focus on are the kind of callback system that we've got going. First thing I want to play with is, I'll just unmute these, and I just want to nudge one of them just a little bit more. They do layer on top of each other really nicely, but you can kind of see they are intentionally layered on top of each other too. So I was just going to shift this to fit into this gap here and see what it does, and whether I feel like, oh wow, that works, or whether I'm like, nope. Okay, so that should be it.
It was almost lost, is our love supposed to be? It was almost lost,
That sounds incredible. Let me just figure out what's going on. I moved it one over too much.
It was almost lost, is our love supposed to be? It was almost lost, is our love supposed to be? It was almost lost, is our love supposed to be?
I don't like that at all. Okay, so let's listen to this together.
God, it was lost on me. Is this our love supposed to be?
This is what I'd be doing in the mix.
Supposed to be? Is this our love supposed to be?
Vishuddha. Yeah, well, let's listen to the track. I've got it up here, and let's mute all this other stuff here. These are just the new vocal text. These are the scratch vocals so that you can hear the whole song together. So we'll just play this through. And you'll hear all the vocoder work in this as well, that all these vocals will pipe through. It's already set up.
See how heavy and survive.
done. So Vishita just asked, do you do feature work or do you strictly stay with your own music? So at the moment, I'm doing some I'm producing a couple of artists here where I live in Australia. And Vishita just said, this is a good song, by the way. Thank you so much. So I'm working with those artists, and you know, it's great. It's a good tension, and you might know because you do music as well. So you get to, you know, this is my style and the way that I do it. Working with other artists, you kind of get to beautifully bruise your own music in a nice way. I also in the past, like if I really love a song, I usually just do a cover of it. So I've done a couple of covers for like, and I do it in my own style. Like I kind of just go through it and I end up tracking my own vocals through it and sing it differently. That's my idea of a cover, or I'm doing different stuff. So it's not to everyone's taste, but that's kind of where I stick with that kind of stuff. But I've also my vocals have been featured through with a band called Futurecop. Like if you really like this, you'll love what they've been doing as well. With this album here, I've been really channeling in the whole Enya Clannad vibe, but kind of modernizing it in this kind of you know, mid 90s 80s kind of tone, and then spent a lot of time creating through you know, and run through that way. Vishud had said, a lot of vocalists I work with always end up being in Australia. It's so true. It's so true. Like there are so many vocalists that just end up down here. And I really like, I just think it's that whole thing where it's between a bunch of amazing places. Like Tasmania is incredible, New Zealand is incredible, and you can kind of get around to those areas, and then you kind of like, I don't know if you're like this too, but I'm so connected with environment and being outdoors, and not that I love to climb mountains or do that stuff, but just by staring out at it and being in it makes me feel so inspired. And I feel like you know, I don't know where you're from, there's a lot of places around the world that do that, but Australia, there's such really beautiful spots to just connect with everything. So yeah, it's really nice. But that's cool. That's really nice. Thanks for hosting, by the way. That is so neat. Yeah, thank you. So what I'll quickly get back into this as well, and thanks for asking about that. I can show you this end part too, where the song ends up going. I've got to kind of get the balance in this. I've got to turn all that background stuff off. So it kind of just ends on that little bit there, just as this really reflective tone that kicks out during it. But what I've got to do, and I might actually just do this now, is I just want to bring in these vocals and make sure they're on point. If they're not, I'll kind of work a little bit more, but then I might reapproach this again and just see if I can channel the vibe that was coming through, because I'm hearing a lot more air present through this. I wish I came back and kept reminding myself of it. So I appreciate that even you want to listen through it again. Yeah, awesome. Alright, so we'll mute these out. Thanks again for that. That was really neat to get that perspective back on the track again. And then because of that, what I will actually do is I will save this where it is, and I'm just going to bring in the vocals that I've done and into the composer that I use. I think we can run all this together and it shouldn't slow down too much. Would I like it to be a Rewire Master application? No. Alright. Open song. So if you're new to this is a program I use to compose in. It's a tracker, it's sample based, it's wacky, it's like coding, but it's how I learned how to write music, so don't judge me. When I do live music I use Ableton, because it's more reliable. Would be a nice way of saying it. Not that this crashes at all, I just, yeah. It's just complicated. So let's bring these little components in. Bring that in here. Take created modified. So we've got this Vox outro. Vox verse. No, I do not know what the sorry, Vesada, I probably butchering that name, mentioned a lot of my vocalists usually end up being in a pen academy. Awesome. So verse 1, verse 2. So I'm just going to plug this straight in here. I know that it's not right, but we'll get some idea of what's going on with this. It actually is a really nice tone. It's different, that's for sure. It is here. So I'm triggering off the sample. That's what's happening here. That feels really good. Okay, so that's where the loop kicks in. So I'm going to run the second vocal through the vocoder setup on this. Trigger note for this one's right here, I believe. And we'll need to do the same here. What did I do with that? Why is that? Is that delayed on purpose? I just need to... No, it hard cuts in. Okay, great. Turn this off and see what this does. What happened to my Vox vocals? Amp is in the house. Visuda says that is in Perth. Yeah, it is. It's Performing Arts Network in Western Australia. Yeah, if you ever get a chance, Perth is beautiful as well. So yeah, and Perth has such an incredible music scene, like such respect for music. Here's some random things. Australia is all really different as you kind of travel around it, but when you play in Perth, people turn up. But my hometown, Queensland, it's 50-50 And then Melbourne's way more trendier, like in terms of coming out and doing that kind of stuff. But Perth, like, it's just so good, like in the way that works. Amp's saying I just woke up. I'm so jealous, man. I'm sitting here and I'm tired. I've come to the crushing realization that I will continue this past February because it's becoming complicated, especially with vocal work and a bunch of other stuff. But only by a couple of days, I reckon. Only by a couple of days. But yes, sleeping is a good outcome. Okay, so let's get this. What happened, vocals? Why did you cut off? Wow.
I whisper Mary head to my side.
I actually think this is ruining Christmas. I think it drops in here. Let's have a look. If it's rubbing it in, he's saying sleeping's so much fun.
I whisper Mary.
Alright, so close, so close. 16, let's try you. Let's try the full bar. Oh my goodness. Who did this edit? I did.
I whisper Mary head to my side. I'm still waiting for you to move to me. My slow tempo will point you to the flight. Said I was listening, but it was almost lost on me. Oh, how sweet. You said, oh,
okay, great. I super loving where that tone is sitting. So it was the thing I was worried about the most. After this, I'll call you Vess. After Vess had been like asked, could I have a listen to the track? And so I showed him the demo vocals and all of where that was in place. So I listened to it and I'm like, oh my goodness, I haven't even listened to the new takes in conjunction with the music. So that makes me feel so much more relieved. I just will also put this enter part in there. I sung this so much more strongly than this. Enter, and I may just have to redo it because I like the delicateness of where that's sitting. So we'll see. I think I just place it here on my set. Auto seek through this.
you told me I should enter.
I think it's at 16. Again, I've done this classically, a whole bar in. I'll just mute all that stuff around it. That is not what's gonna happen. Okay. Yeah. that fits in really nicely too. Alright, I'll save this out as another variation. This will be really fun to get everything running together on this. I said that I'd be ending my stream at around 10:30 so I can get some rest. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to recap around, and I'm going to play the song that I worked on yesterday, which is song 3. You can hear these. I'm uploading them daily on SoundCloud, just the progression of it, putting this together. I'll put up... So I was in the middle of getting all the vocals together for this, and I haven't quite yet. I just want to listen to it, and I will make some little notes on it as well. So let's have a listen through where this got at yesterday.
To know, to follow, to go, to breathe, to strive, to live it and die, to help, to mend, to hinder and trend. I don't wanna give a little, so instead I'm hollow. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and you can't open your eyes. Try let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. Instead I'm hollow. To go, to drive, to live it, to die. I don't wanna give a little, so I'll just follow. Try let it go, and your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold. Let it go, but your mind will not let you. It's taking a hold now, and your eyes just shut. Every time you fall apart, you feel at home. And you're closer to the edge of soul.
It's a bit confusing. That needs work.
Just follow.
awesome. Yeah, coming in and saying it's a good to catch you whenever I can. Always a vibe. Wow, this one hits you right there. Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm really enjoying that one. It's a little super melodic as well. Yeah, I'm really considering it, and I think if I do, I probably will invite you into the end of the process of that, and put it together. Amp just asked would I ever make music videos for any of these tracks. But that is a larger thing where, yeah, I'd love to, but there are so many other great things in life that might vie for my attention, and it's something that I need to ask for permission from my wife, whether I can do that or not. She's allowed me to do this time, which is so nice. Alright, well, I'm gonna leave it here. I'll do a quick wrap up. Thank you so much for oh man, I'm so low in this chair apparently. I'll be doing another session tomorrow as well, and the next day, and we'll just keep running through new songs, hoping that by the weekend I can have all of the vocals completed and most of the songs all done together. So the album is on pre-order. If you get a chance, show your support through that. Show your support by sharing this with other people as well, and that would be so neat. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for hosting. Yeah, really cool. I had a great session tonight, and I really appreciate everyone tuning in. Catch you all around. Bye.
Gods and the wise unseen.